This video demonstrates overriding member functions within classes. On the program on the right we have two classes. The first one is named item. Item has two private data members. One is the name of the item and the other is the quantity. And there are three functions that are publicly accessible. The first function sets the name, the second function sets the quantity, and the third prints out the name and quantity. The second class is named fruit. Fruit derives item. Fruit contains one private data member, which is the expiration date, and one function to set the expiration date. In the program, we have two items. One is charcoal, and the other is a fruit, which is a grape. So we set the name of the grapes, the quantity, and the expiration date, and then print out that information. And we do the same with charcoal. We set the name, quantity, and then print out that information. So let's compile and run the program to see how this looks. The bag of grapes has a quantity of 50. The bag of charcoal has a quantity of 30. Now what we'd like to do is work on this fix me, which is to also output the expiration date for the grapes. So from the fruit class, which is what the data type of grape is, what we'll like to do is create a function with the same name, print, the same name as in the item class, which is print. So a function with the same name that has no return type, like the original, and has the exact same no arguments as the original. And we would like to print the item name, quantity, along with the expiration. So I've created a public function in the fruit class called print, and let's compile and see what's happened. Now we're just outputting the bag of charcoal. What happened here? Why aren't we outputting anything with the grapes? Well, let's try adding a little bit of output text called print. So we'll add in that output text, say that we've actually called the print function. And there we go, we called the print function from inside of fruit. What's happened is this print function inside of the class fruit has overridden the print function in the item class, and that's because fruit derives from item, and so fruit actually, the function print inside of fruit takes precedence and is actually used. So what we want to do is we want to output there are quantity of and the name that expire in, and then we put in the expiration date along with a new line. And so we just want to output there are 50 bags of grapes that expire in, I should say 2 days, because we have 50 bags of grapes that expire in 2 days. So let's go ahead and compile, and we get 4 errors. The first is telling us on line 19 that quantity is private. We knew that. So the next error is on 27 telling us within this context. So quantity is private within the context of line 27. Right. So we can't access private data members from a different class, even if it is a class that you've derived from. The next error actually is the same, but it's for private. It's for the name, the variable name within the item. So name and quantity are private, can't be accessed from fruit. But since fruit derives from item, we can just make the name and quantity protected. And this protected type will allow the derived class, which is fruit, the class that derives item, which is fruit, to access the name and quantity as if it were data members from that class, as if they were private data members from the fruit class. Let's compile and execute. And there we have the overridden function of print that's outputting there are 50 of bags of grapes that expire in 2 days, using the print function and using the same named print function but a different definition. We have the bag of charcoal quantity at 30. Thank you.